Let's check that the stream is working. Yep. Okay, it seems that we are live. Perfect. Hello, everybody. I don't know how many people will say this, but everybody is happy. I'm happy to have everybody here. Let me first of all log in to my code stuff, essentially. Yep. Nothing is leaking, guys. Everything is good. Oh, I boosted the Electors library to 2.0. So we're starting development on Electors 2.0. Right now, I have still some stuff from past week to finish MMLUnaire before we move on to some other things. So that's what we're going to do today, effectively. We'll try and finish MMLU completely. I have the full list here. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is to go to not electors. Oh yeah, it's here. Okay, and the envs. Okay, first of all, I have to say something. I've been talking with another colleague of mine from Apotheki, and we've decided he has done some extra work on the Lykeio environment. First of all, we have to change the name, so we'll come up with something else. Second of all, we're working towards he's making a lot more stuff under the code, the front-end environment. So he's making an MCP server and stuff like that. So I will have to do some changes to the actual code of Lykeio while we're also making use of the environment itself to go and make some changes, essentially. So let's start with MMLUnaire. Let's start working with this. So first of all, what I want is, I spoke before about the splitting into tiers. So we need split. So to do split questions into 3 tiers. I'm not as prepared. I will have to check a lot of documentation while I'm streaming. So hopefully it's not tediously boring to watch. But yeah, because I have to go and check like dataset stuff and how these things work. Because I know that you can split the dataset from Hugging Face. So what I want to do is to first tier will have 34% of the questions, 33 for the second tier, 33% for the third tier. So basically we want to have these 3 tiers of questions so that it's actually like, okay, you have to play the game and you're picking from a pool of questions for the agent to choose from and to learn, like, in general. Second of all, what we also want to do here, where we have the choices, we also want to shuffle the different choices so that the agent does not learn to, when he sees these embeddings, just pick number 1 because it knows that it's correct. We want to hopefully help the agent understand and learn that the text of the choice is what matters. Like the tokens that it sees in that region is what matters, effectively. So these are the 2 main things that I want to do. Okay, so I have a very small change also to make. Unfortunately, we will lose so we have here that if it is less than 3, and so we don't really need this, but the ligature looks very cool, but we don't really need this because, like, if it is less than 3, it obviously automatically picks this, and then if it's bigger than 3, it goes into these 2, but if it's less than or equal to 6, then it picks this. So we don't really need this, and so we have this. We're like a small, like, it's not for clarity or anything, it's just like less code. I guess you can say that we're saving space or something. So we have that, yeah, and okay, so also finally what I want to do is here's the step, okay, to do better rewards. And what I mean by this is that I want bigger rewards the better agent does, because again, this is a pseudo clone of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and the idea is that you want to grow the reward as the agent grows effectively, and we can do that. I'll think of it as we code today. I haven't thought of like easy way to do. At the same time, it can be like we can use just the IDX to move through the different tiers of reward. So it could be even so instead of self money equals 1, it could be like self.rewards IDX, and like the rewards could be something like so we have, it will take 10 questions or whatever, and then it will be like equals with, do we have NumPy? We don't. It could be linspace, or just, yeah, np.linspace, or I don't like the linspace. It could be like an exponential, because we're not going that big. We're not going to have that many questions, although we do want to have. So maybe np dot. How can we rescale it easily? I mean, yeah, okay. This is something to do during the stream. So right now we'll set what we have to do. We'll go through like the list very quickly, figure out, okay, we want to do this. Yeah, okay, so to do set better rewards, I will say it right also here. Okay, and lastly, but that is when the it's not here. So that is on the implementation, actual implementation with the interaction and everything. Well, where we have to, first of all, the output is of a different thing, is like a specific class, but I will change that in background because I'm not exactly certain how it should be done. I need to speak with my colleague, but yeah, we'll fix it somehow anyway at some point. Yeah, so we have that, and then the other thing that's for the main, and I think that actually this is everything. Yeah, okay, so let's start with the environment then, and let's start with the magic of going through the Hugging Face documentation. Hugging Face datasets docs. They're not very good. They're better than my documentation, obviously, but they're not very good. So they can be a bit, yeah, because it's just a huge, like Hugging Face is huge, and it's like a lot of different things that they have to do and that they have to keep up to date and to simplify. Yeah, so this is for 1.13. This is yeah, I should have probably checked this before the actual, okay, split. No, I don't care about splits like that. Yes, this is dataset, this is the information, the stuff, batch sizes, yep, okay, no, not a data loader. What's next? Okay, this is insanely cool stream content, obviously. So yeah, I'll try and talk to you like through what I want to do. So we want a static a static set of questions. I mean, we don't care. We don't care, like, if in a training session we want, okay, in a training session we want a fixed amount of questions and the set questions, because again we want to have stochasticity, but we also want to have a clear progression that the agent can keep track of and get rewards. So it should not be able to see the same rewards giving bigger rewards in different tiers. They shouldn't exist in different tiers, because that then it just becomes a random, okay, here's a question, this is the answer. And reinforcement learning is not about that. You're better with supervised learning for that, because it's essentially, I mean that's what LLMs do effectively, or what they're trying to get them to do right now. Not very good, but you know. Sorry, I ate some food before, and I'm I need to get better with how much I ate and when I ate, but okay, that's irrelevant and that's not for us. Okay, come on. Yeah, okay, type torch, blah blah blah. Okay, no, I don't care about this, I don't care about this. This splits, this the audio stuff, no data augmentations. Okay, so I will learn to Google better. This is a skill issue. So this might be a shorter stream actually, shorter video also, because I do take the VODs and like copy paste them on YouTube, just so people can watch them if they want to. But yeah, this might be shorter just because we have just very specific things that we want to do in order to finish this. And I want to finish this, I want to finish this on stream because I started to work on it on stream. And the next part, that after MMLUnaire, we're going to make guess the next token. So we're effectively replacing the LLM stuff with reinforcement learning natural language, where the electors, the different RL agents that we create, will be able to pick instead of an action, they will be able to pick tokens. And so we hope that this way it will be a lot better than the way that is done right now with RLHF and like all of the weird shenanigans. We bootstrap our own encoder, pre-trained encoder from Hugging Face, but that's not the point effectively. Like the point is that we care about the agents themselves. I think this is here what I've been looking for. Sorry for talking so much. Okay, so we have the dataset with label and everything, selecting and filtering. So yeah, okay, so train test. No, I don't want to get the split. I don't want to map. Okay, no, if I remember, I will try something, because I think I remember it being okay, let me actually, no, I will not close this. I will open a new terminal window that nobody ever expects me to do. Let's go back to Lykeio. Okay, let's go here, because here's a poetry cell. Okay, so now we should have everything. And if I go and do Python, okay, we have the cell. So that's, whoopsie, yep, okay. So here, I will try and play around with what I remember. So we have from datasets import. So we have the import, okay, it works, and we can, wait, I'll just, okay. Yes, okay, no, wait, now we have to, it's load dataset, and it should be not the select here, data, okay, so we first of all call the dataset, okay, all the MMLU, and yeah, we do not have subdata, so it might crash. Wait. Okay, let's let's try again. I should probably just use Jupyter at this point for this. From dataset, okay, so load dataset. It should be the case / MMLU. Okay. Oh, I should have. Yeah, okay. So anyway, so equals with and here is the all option, because we have the here I gave the ability to choose which subdata class we want to pick from. I don't know if I did that on the screen, but like if you want to make it specially on a specific type of data, so for the astronomy question, you can see here the available configuration. So if you want to do it from one of these, so okay, so we have dataset, and let's say that the test data is equal to dataset, and if I remember correctly, it should be something like that. No? I mean, I could just do it in a very convoluted way. So it should be len of the data set. This is very ugly code. There must be a better way, but right now we're building. We will clean later. So len dataset divided by 3. So we want the 1/3 of it. Okay. No, what? Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Okay, so this is the test split. Oh, that could be the there before. Okay, let's first of all, okay, yes, let's try 34%. Not at the. Oh, come on. What do you want from me? It should be like, yeah, you have this, you have the split, whatever. If I do dataset here, it should be. This is me struggling with maybe for next stream I will do everything beforehand and then just copy paste effectively. I think it will make it much easier for people to watch. So if I do 10, like the first 10, yeah, that works. Okay, so what's the len here? Should have the, okay, so wait. If I do this, it has the number for, okay, so I could do num rows, and it should be, okay, what if I do it as a, okay, perfect. Okay, so what I can do then is I can say test dataset is equal with dataset test, and then from that select the, because wait, okay, so I can do this, so I can do here and then the set, okay, first of all for okay, so now first tier should be the test ds num rows. It should be, okay, so the first tier should be this, so it should be enclosed here like so, and so it should be test ds, right? This is yeah, this is everything. Okay, so rather than that, now we can do divided by 3, and just to be safe and sure, let's put this in parentheses. No, what? It should be, yes, of course. Maybe that's the mistake before. big wall. Okay, I do not have the capacity. Okay, so if I do first here, now it should be a lot. I mean, okay. No, oh, wait, not less. So why does clear work in Python? What the fuck? Okay, so we have this works essentially. Like if I do the len of it, it should be if I do the of the len of, wait, what? This is, I'm very confused. It's question. Okay. Okay, yeah, so this is 1/3 of the questions. So we have it working. It is a very ugly thing right now, but we can make it work. So okay, so on the data test, I mean, it will be this. Okay, I'm starting to see some issues with this, like the general. I mean, no, because in theory, okay, well, okay, let's worry about the feasibility of it after we write it, right? Because there are some questions about the validation, because it will be tokens that it has never seen before in theory. But we are also hoping that it's able to generalize the understanding, because we're using transformers, and so it will know the format and it will sort of understand like the language that's being used. I mean, that's a hope. So that's why we're doing it. So if it can solve the validation, we're very happy. Anyway, yeah, so as I was saying, okay, so test size is equal to test set, test set, self. Yeah, num rows. So we have that this should be 4,600. Yep, and then we can split it in 3 and just be like go first test tier is equal to the, I mean, we can remove the self from now because we will use the test tiers. So it's here, it should be test set, and then it is from the beginning to we could do number of tiers also here, but that's maybe later, because we don't want to have like, I mean, we could just give it more tiers, but that would also have to do with the number of reward points. Yeah, we could do that. We could just do like, yeah, whatever. We could do a simple square. That was my thinking process for the better rewards, but we will look at it later. There is no point to look at it now. So yeah, okay, so we have the first tier is equal to the test size 3. Okay, let's do +1. I mean, no, I mean, yeah, I mean, whatever, doesn't really matter. Self second test tier is equal to test set. Let's copy this and, oh, come on. Yep. Okay, divided by 3 until 2 times of the test size divided by 3, and let's grab this thing because we'll use it. Third test tier, test set, and we paste, and it should be to test size, I mean to the end, so it doesn't, wait, I don't, okay, I don't need to write anything there. Yeah, okay, so this should cover the entirety of the test. So we have split into the 3 tiers, and we can do the same for the validation. I mean, let's do it very quickly. Once again here, okay, so here it should be val, oh, and here it should be val tier also, and here we have the val set. Okay, so this is the val set, and instead of the test size, also obviously we have the okay, let me clean this up a bit. I mean, I'm not there, Helix for sure has a better way to do this, but I'm not that good with this kinds of stuff. Like I'm happy that I know the basic moving around things. Val set num rows. Okay, so we have the same things, and now val size. Yep. Okay, and here, and it should be the same here, and the same here. Okay, so we have the 3 different tiers, and the action space is 4. So we have this is just like general info that we can return to the agent, to the environment. Yeah, watch the previous video on YouTube if you want to know more. So we have this thing done, and now we just need to find a way to figure out how to keep track of this. Okay, so everything can go around the reward. So we can have the, hey, wait, so we can be like self, not here, we can go at the reset and be like self tier equals with 1. I mean 0, 1, the same thing. A stars the first tier. I'll do it like this because it's more intuitive compared to everything. Okay, and so we started this tier, and if idx, so if we go to the 4th question, we want to go to the next tier of questions. But how do we set that? Test, okay, we want, okay, so we have the data here, and we have the, so this we want to, but we want the state to be here. I mean, okay, it's always on the first tier, right? So we can just go to here and say first test tier, because it always starts on the first test tier. So we can just shuffle that. And can we do shuffle here? I don't think so, because it should be random, what you call it. I mean, at this point, this is just an array, right? So it should be something like shuffle from the random library. So let me, wait, not from full. Yep. Okay. And yeah. Okay. So let's keep this somewhat looking nice. The forehead for the imports. So this should work because it shuffles. Does it shuffle the choices correctly? Because it just, okay, so this is the first question, so it's the 0th question, and just goes through that. If idx, then we want the self data. If idx is equal to 4, so if we made it to the, okay, we have the number of questions, self number of questions. So we will use the we will use the number of questions to figure out the, so if is equal to the, I mean, yeah, whatever, this, if it's equal to the number of questions divided by 3, because we have 3 tiers, then we want to move to the next tier of questions. So it's not to the 1/3, because by 3, so it will be on 3 plus 1, we could say, or we could say like bigger. I'll do that because it's more less verbal, I don't know. it looks better to have just the symbol rather than so this is wrong, this should be this. If it is bigger, then we want self.data yank here. Okay, so this should go to the next question. So here, right where we're picking the, so in order to save space and like resources in general, we just have this be here and like that. And if this is true, then we don't really need that. And so, yep. Then the self IDX, I mean, it doesn't really matter. It just offers a way to have the to make sure that the questions don't repeat on the, like the first question isn't the second question. So as you stay in the same tier, you have an advancement of questions. It doesn't really matter, but yeah, this should work. I think this should be the money, as we have the money here already. So let's try it. Let's try and see if this would make any sense. Yeah. Okay. So I think I have, and I think this samples the questions. So have I added anything that I need to change on the implementation of the thing? No, I don't think so. So let's, okay, exit. And we have the, oh, okay, let's deactivate that. And so we can make our new cell. On newer poetry versions, this cell doesn't work, but I'm on this computer, it's an older poetry version, so it works. But on my laptop, it doesn't, because my laptop is more up to speed with the different versions. This is just a workstation that I just want to work. And so yeah, I don't care about that, so you have to tolerate me running older poetry. I might change to UV, I'm not sure, I don't really care. I don't know the differences. As far as I know, the difference is that UV is faster, but again, it doesn't really mean anything. Like, poetry is fast enough, you know. So let's go to demo here, and I did activate it, right? Let's try again. Yep, okay. MMLU. No torts. What? Wait, what? Really? Okay. So, oh, not Lykeio. What am I doing there? So if I do the Python. Yep. Okay. Everything should work. If it runs, then I will go back in and like start setting, making it a bit more like print this, print that. Okay, dict has no attribute shuffle like that. Okay, so let's go here. Let's see, because I have, okay, I could just shuffle here, honestly. I think that's what I'm going to do. Where did I? Oh, yeah, you want to shuffle here. That is annoying. No, I cannot shuffle separately these two. Because it's a dictionary, right? Wait. Okay, so this the terminal to run stuff, this terminal to write stuff. So we're here. So wait, okay, so it's crashing before this. Print first test here. So this will be a very long one, long boy, because it's 4,000 items. Once again, print debugging. Debuggers, nobody cares about them, right? Am I right or am I right? Okay, so it's just yep, scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, yep, and scrolling. God, I could just make it like very much smaller, yeah, because it overflowed the terminal memory. So let's go, let's clear this, let's write that we want the first 20, just so we can get the better view. I mean 10 would be, or 5 would be better, but like better, smaller chunk. But okay, so we have the answer, we have the question, and it's just this. So what we want to do is to shuffle the different question choices and answers together. But why is it not a data set? That's what like, okay. So we have this data set here, and we go and okay, the above thing works. So every time we start a new thing, we have, I don't want to do the entire thing every time I set every time I do a reset though. Like, it's very annoying to have to do that, but I guess I have to at this point. But I want to split and then shuffle. Oh, this is annoying. What happens? Okay, let's do with like 2 of them, just so we have a better view. So the plan now is to shuffle to have this, just so it's everything is set. Oh well, oh, stop. Okay, so it ran a bit too well. So question is, which of the following have been framed with development board? Yeah, okay, and then it's done read if he is the atypical and so serial position fact. Okay, and then subject, we don't care. The choices are this. Okay, so what happens if I shuffle here? Do the indices shuffle together like the different items? Yeah, it doesn't seem like it tested. Yeah, okay. This is very annoying. Okay, we might have to do a bit of cheating. And let me okay, so we have the data, so we have a label, sorted dataset shuffle. Yeah, so we don't really want to have that. Hidden face shuffle dataset. Yeah, shuffles. Okay. Just select, do what I want, maybe. So, Okay. Load, yeah, train thing, this. Yep. No. I can do this to sort it. Okay, let's do it here. So we can just do. So we have the test set, we have the data set. What we can do is that we can, I mean, we can just put everything here that happens like as it happens in this way. So we can do self, and then we have the data set, and we can do these things inside of the reset effectively. So let's go back to test size, divide by 3, and we can have just the entire. Okay, we don't want. I mean, we can shuffle here, yeah. Okay, let's shuffle here. Is self seed, yeah, the auto completion now is blocking. Yeah, okay, so let's copy this. During reset, everything goes as here. Okay, so this would be, yeah, we can keep data. I mean, I don't really care to clean that up that much. It could be better, to be honest, but this should work now, right? Because we're shuffling and forgot the bullet, the point method. I don't know how you call that. Hey. Yep, I did mean self.dataset. Okay, so this is, I'm going a lot slower, I feel. Yeah, okay, it has no attribute rewards, so we can go, I mean, yeah, because yeah, if we want to have different number of tiers, we would have to go with a sharding. For now, it's whatever, just to make sure that this works. Reward money. Yep, okay, let's just go to, I mean, let's keep it like this, and here we can just say np dot like. Wait, no, it should be not all. np dot fill full. Yep, okay, and it will have shape equals, I mean, I will just do the, yeah, fill value equals 1 for now, and just call it a day, and then afterwards we can just fix it effectively. We can just do a, oh come on. Does that work? High quality riveting programming today, I guess. I'm not very happy with myself today, I have to admit, although it is pretty late, so it's also that. Yeah, okay, self IDX, yeah. Rewards, yeah, so this is self index, and so it should be, oh, I didn't say how big it should be. Oh, yeah, before it does anything, it's not like that. It should be no, questions. Yeah, so it should be the shape of the number of questions. So it should be 10 long and just the number 1 for every one of them. So now we have the entire thing that we want to have. Idea. Oh, come on. The self everywhere. Yeah, here. Let's here. Although I don't expect the algorithm to make it there. I should have a verbosity setting maybe for this also, just to make sure that like, okay, it has been, yeah, okay, everything works. Let's wait for a training session, but like the environment works perfectly fine. I don't think the agent will ever make it to a new tier of questions right now because we're not fine-tuning the agent. Like it's just there, and also now it hasn't even like reached the learning, so it's just randomly guessing. So that makes it a lot more difficult because now we have the if they make a single mistake, they lose a game, which is pretty tough, right? Essentially, but yeah, well, that trains. So we have the multiple questions now. We set that up. Better rewards. We sort of have that. So we have the rewards here. To be a full shape, what we could do is rather than full shape, it could be an array, and then maybe square the array. So the problem with that would be that if we have a very big number of questions, then that diverges effectively, and also the agent is not really a millionaire, is it? It's a billionaire or an infinity-millionaire, like Scrooge McDuck. So what we could do is we could have a logarithmic function. We could have like, I mean, we can play around. The simplest thing to do would be to just keep it like that, like this, or just have an increasing according to the number. So the better you do, so it's just a simple range. So I will do just a simple range. So let's do a simple range of the number of questions. Let's do self just to be more consistent. So yeah, we can just do this and call it a day. So the first question, the agent will get 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, and the better it does, the better the reward effectively. This does not keep up with the real scale of like first question you get 100, then 200, and then 500, and then you go to the thousands. But we're not going to thousands anyway. We want small rewards effectively because we don't want stuff to explode too much, which does tend to happen many times, like with reinforcement learning. So we have this, so we have the better rewards. This is fixed. This is fixed, and we are done with the to-dos. Wow, okay, so we're already done with the to-dos. Okay, so we are done. Effectively, answer of type int, if the agent answered correctly, if we make a mistake. Yep, okay, so yeah, okay, and we don't want this anymore because we have the majestic demo. The demo will become one of the tests of the environment effectively without maybe the agent. So it's just like passing random stuff. But yeah, so maybe the demo becomes like the test suite for the MMLUnaire. We do need to change the name of the package in which it will be, so it will no longer be, because if you go to if we go here to Pipey, you can see that Lykeio is packaged by I'm not going to pronounce it well, but it's un paquet Python utile pour la programmation en lycée. So it's a Python package to be used for programming in high school in France. As far as I understand, I don't speak French. I did French in like secondary school. I don't remember anything in French. They also have like a to-do, and like there are some yeah, you can go and see different things, like, but it's already a package. So what I'm trying to say, so there is nothing that we can do. I'm not going to like tell this guy like, hey, change your package name. So we're going to change our own package name, probably to something, I don't know. We need to figure it out. We have some contenders. There is one to be language games, which is nice, but the problem with language games is that you have to go import language games, and it doesn't look very fancy as LG or something, or lang games, but then it's like just langchain, and I don't really like the fact that it's so similar to another package in the field. I don't want to seem like we're stealing or like playing with the copyright or whatever. I don't know. So yeah, okay. Before we are done, we have the shuffled choices. We have the we have the reward function. We have the tiers of the questions, and so the last thing I want to do is so what is the change? Oh yeah. Okay, so we don't want those. What was the last thing changed? When did I save? What? Okay, let's save here and let's stop the training and let's try again. And then I want to make a couple of small changes to MMLU.py. Oh yeah, okay, it's an arrange. Yeah, sure, buddy. It's an arrange. Yeah, I could do range, but our NumPy is faster, honestly. But I don't think it really matters. Like, the bottleneck is not going to be whether we use Python or NumPy for the range of rewards. I think the bigger problem is going to be the fact that we're running 64 million model here. But yeah, although NumPy arrays are a lot better in the fact that you can do element-wise operations, native Python range and lists for some reason don't support that, and it doesn't really make sense why you wouldn't. But anyway, yeah, okay, so it works. Like, now learning and everything has to do with the agent itself. So let's clear that, and okay, so we're done here with Lykeio. Let's go to the demo, clear this, and let's do some demo stuff. Yeah, so a couple of things, because I have updated the Electors. We're working on Electors 2.0. The last version for Electors 1.2.1 is 1.2.1. But there are some changes that I want to make it closer, like almost exactly copy paste how you would do an agent, classic reinforcement learning agent. So instead of returning the embeddings, I don't want to have to return the embeddings. It will be just the state, and then you instead you have a new observation here and an old observation. I mean, does that work? No, it doesn't. Okay. So you store the observation, and if it learns, and if while not, okay, so we have the observation equals with new observation. So we're updating the observation, we're taking the next step. My problem with using this while loop, honestly, is the fact that, okay, so let's assume that we're running this. We have the for loop running, like we have the entire for loop running. So what happens then is that so what happens is that when it is true that it's truncated or terminated, does it store that? It does return. So it should should it run? And my question, what I am wondering right now, which I will try and talk myself one way or the other, is whether or not I need to do an extra step inside of the while loop in order to have an extra pass, because you have the observation, you pass it to the agent returns action probabilities in value, and then that is used to generate the new observation and the reward in the truncated or terminated stuff, and then you end up being in the memory store. You store here truncated and terminated, so it will run through the learn, and then I think I don't have to do an extra pass, because the last thing on my notes was to verify whether or not the while loop should run or not, because in my head we needed the extra pass in order to register and calculate the action in space, given that the fact that it had terminated. But it should not do an extra pass, because when you lose, remember that you lost and like start again, effectively a new episode. So yeah, I think this is it actually. Yep, okay. I mean, yeah, I think this should be everything. We removed the embeddings because the new electors library, like I will run it here, and you will see that it will return an error now. Wait, first of all, I need to save. So I need to run it here. It will return an error because the agent is returning 4 items. Yep, I expected 3. So what I'm going to do, poetry update, and it should update the electors library because we're using the master branch, which is where development for electors 2 is happening. Okay, yeah, the different, a new torch I think came out also, but I don't know if that matters. Wait, datasets updated, setup tools, spy arrow. Okay, wait. So the electors, it's because I have the path, the local path. Okay, why did I use the local path? I mean, I guess because I was doing changes at the same time. Okay, so let me change that. Or because I'm lazy and I don't remember the correct syntax for using git immediately. What I will do is just oh no, I have changes. Oh no, bros, it's all over. Anyway, so yeah, I'll just fix that in post after the stream, because I think I will end it here. We didn't do too much. I don't think it should have taken me as long as it did. I think it's just that I'm slow today a bit. It's late. I had a lot to eat, weighing me down mentally. So yeah, I think I will stop here. I think MMLU is done, honestly. Like, we will just, this is going to be a test for the MMLU. I'm not going to keep these things. I'm not going to keep this. I'm going to put it on the test folder of Lykeio, or the new name of Lykeio. And yeah, it should be everything done. Like, I will just remove the electors. I will just, we don't need all of these. I just need to have here the different actions chosen effectively, just randomly or whatever, because we have randomized everything. So that's all for today. I don't know when I will stream again. It's very much not only dependent on my free time, because I don't live alone. So hopefully soon. And next time we will work on new next token prediction. So what LLMs do effectively. We will make a copy of that and use purely reinforcement learning environment. So we will use a reinforcement learning agent, which are electors, which are an auto transformer from Hugging Face, an encoder, to take in the string encode it and embed it into vector space, and then pass it to the transformers that comprise the elector, an elector. And then we will do decision making, but the decision making will be over the token space. So the actions will be all of the possible tokens that one can take. So see you then. Good rest of your day. Yeah, goodbye.